Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today is day 109 of my 200-day posting streak goal, and today I'm doing the big three superhero ranking. I'm ranking the Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man movies, and this will include the animated ones, so the Spider-Verse movies and Lego Batman, and I will also include Supergirl, as I feel like it is still kind of a Superman movie at the same time. Now, before I give you my ranking of these 30, feel free to share your ranking of these 30 down below in the comments, and let's begin. Now, in last place is Batman and Robin. I mean, this movie was just infamously bad. And, I mean, it is a movie I feel like could be a bit of a so bad it's good, but it's still terrible. Bane in this was terrible. I mean, Poison Ivy was not good. Robin was terrible. George Clooney, I mean, great actor, did not do a good job as Batman. And, I mean, really for me, the only thing that was kind of enjoyable was, I mean, Arnold as Mr. Freeze, and the plot line with Alfred was actually not that bad. Now, coming in at number 29 is Superman 3, a big departure from the first two Superman movies, and I don't even really feel like this is a Superman movie. I feel like this is more just Richard Pryor, the movie. And after the really good opening, it was just so boring. Once they go back to Smallville, I mean, the movie just loses me. Yeah, overall, I was not a fan of Superman 3. Number 28, Superman Returns, a film that tries to be a legacy sequel to the first two Superman movies, but also tries to be a prequel to Superman 3 and 4, and it just didn't work. I did not like Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane. I never did. I did not like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. I thought some of the action was really good, but also I really didn't like how Superman was just a stalker in this. Yeah, overall, I was not a fan of Superman Returns. Now, coming in at number 27 is Batman Forever, which there is a bit of a jump between Superman Returns and Batman Forever. And while I don't love Batman Forever, and I would love to see the Joel Schumacher cut, I do think Val Kilmer was a really good Bruce Wayne. I do think Val Kilmer was a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I did like Jim Carrey as Riddler. Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face was fine. And, I mean, Nicole Kidman was fine. And, I mean, Robin in this was fine. Like, the action was pretty good. And I do think there were some story beats that, if they really explored in the Joel Schumacher cut, could have been really interesting. But overall, this movie still just doesn't age very well. And overall, it is still very low on my list. Now, coming in at number 26 is Superman 4, which there are things in this I actually really liked. Like, I think the plot is actually great. Like, on paper, this should be way better than this really is. And I think the nuclear arms plot, if they didn't have all these financial problems, this could have been an amazing movie. And Christopher Reeve is still great as always. I do still like Gene Hackman quite a bit in this. I thought John Williams' score was good. But overall, this is still a very big disappointment. And this is really sad that this was the last time we saw Christopher Reeve as the Man of Steel himself. And there was just a lot of cheap outs on the effects. And they just reused a lot of, flying scenes from the first two. So yeah, overall, while I don't hate Superman 4, and I think there is still some merit, it is still a pretty big disappointment. Now, coming in at number 25 is Batman 66, which I would say is basically just a product of its time. I mean, it's not bad. Adam West is pretty good as Batman. The villains were cool. And, the action was fine. Overall, this was not an amazing movie, but it was still a fun movie to watch. I have seen this movie a few times. It's a fun movie, but it's nothing spectacular compared to everything else. Now, coming in at number 24 is The Amazing Spider-Man, which is easily my least favorite of the Spider-Man movies. However, it is still a good movie. There is still a lot to like. I thought the Peter and Gwen romance was great. I thought James Horner's score was great. I do like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. I thought Lizard was, kind of a bland villain, but I did like Kurt Connors. And I thought Captain Stacy's death was pretty sad. But overall, this definitely felt very similar to the first Spider-Man. And I don't really love how they incorporate his parents in this. So overall, The Amazing Spider-Man is not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie either. Now, coming in at number 23 is Spider-Man 3, which I do think is a bit overhated, but it is easily still the weakest of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. There was still a lot to like about it. I do think the themes about redemption in this do work very well. I thought Sandman was a really good villain. Tobey Maguire definitely took a bit of a backseat, but he was still good. And I thought Harry Osborn's redemption arc was great. But obviously, the main problem, Topher Grace's Venom was just not good. So overall, Spider-Man 3 is not a terrible movie, but it's not a great movie either. Number 22 is Superman 2, which it really makes me sad to have to put it here. Because I think if Richard Donner didn't get fired and they actually got to finish it, this could have been an amazing movie. But what we got was a movie where I feel like the theatrical cut just had a lot of, just misplaced humor that didn't really belong in a Superman movie. And the Donner cut, while I think a lot of the changes were improvements, they also had to use test footage, so it's a rough cut of a better version of a film. While I still love Christopher Reeve, I still love Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. I thought General Zod was a great villain. I thought Gene Hackman was great. Overall, this movie, while there is still a lot to like about it, it is still a bit of a disappointment. Number 21 is Lego Batman, which I don't have that many problems, but for me, it doesn't hit me the way the other ones do. It's a good movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. But overall, this is not a movie that left a mark on me, but it was still a fun movie. Number 20 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is definitely a flawed film, but there is still a lot to love about it. The Peter-Gwen romance has never been better. I thought Electro was pretty good. I thought the music was great. And I thought Final Battle was absolutely heartbreaking. Now, I still don't like how they utilized Green Goblin in this, and I did not like Rhino in this. But overall, this is still a movie that I think gets a little too much hate, but it's still not a great movie. Now, coming in at number 19 is Spider-Man Homecoming, which, I always go back and forth of whether I would put this higher, but I think I would put this higher than Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 is kind of a better Spider-Man movie, but I think this is a better movie. I thought Vulture was a great villain. I loved Tom Holland in a role. I thought seeing him and Ned really bond and see their banter was fun. And Robert Downey Jr. was great. And overall, it was a nice high school film. I definitely feel like it tried too hard to be different, but overall, it was still a good movie. Now, coming in at number 18 is Supergirl, which I think is definitely overhated. I really like Millie Alcock in the role. I thought her dynamic with Ruthie was really good, and I thought the action was really good. And overall, I just found this movie to be a lot of fun. Now, coming in at number 17 is the original Spider-Man, which there is a lot to like about the original Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire in this one. I thought Danny Elfman's score was great. I thought Willem Dafoe was great. I thought, Ben Parker's death was definitely very tragic, and his arc and Spider-Man's arc in this was great. I still don't feel like this movie has aged the best. I still don't really like Kirsten Dunst as MJ, really just in the entire trilogy. So it's while the first film is still a great movie, it wouldn't be one of my favorites. Number 16 is Spider-Man 2. I have a lot of the same thoughts as I do about the first one, but I do think the action just is quite a bit better. And I do think this movie definitely took some swings as well. Now, I still don't love Spider-Man not being Spider-Man because he's bummed out. But, Dr. Octopus was great. Tobey Maguire was great in this. Danny Elfman's score is still great. And the train scene was amazing. So it's overall, while I don't think this movie is a masterpiece, I still think it is a great movie, despite some of its shortcomings. Number 15 is Batman 89, which I know a lot of people would probably be annoyed that I would put this above the first two Spider-Man movies. But for me, this movie just works. And for me, this movie just holds up better. I love Michael Keaton as Batman. I love Jack Nicholson as Joker. I thought the action was actually great, and I love Danny Elfman's score. And, while I think, Kim Basinger wasn't great, and while I think a lot of the other side characters were just whatever, overall, I still do really like Batman 89 quite a bit. Number 14 is Batman vs. Superman, the Ultimate Edition, which, has a lot of ambition. It has an amazing story. It has great action. It definitely feels like a complete story, where the theatrical cut was just slop, where I feel like the Ultimate Edition padded it out really well. I think continuing off where Man of Steel left off was great. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. And I really just think this movie does a great job on social commentary of what would the world be like if they saw these aliens destroy buildings. And, the warehouse sequence was just incredible. Now, unfortunately, I still don't like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. And I think Superman Batman only forgiving her because of their mom having the same name was pretty lame. But overall, I still think The Ultimate Edition is a great movie. Now, coming in number 13 is The Dark Knight Rises. Like BVS, this movie shoots for the stars. And while I don't think this quite reaches its ambition, and it definitely falls flat compared to its two predecessors, I mean, there is still a lot to love. I think continuing off where The Dark Knight left off was just great, and seeing Batman, I mean, really just feel the weight of his decision at the end of The Dark Knight was powerful. I loved Tom Hardy's Bane. I think the action was great. Thought Michael Caine's performance in this was amazing, and him telling Batman that Rachel wouldn't pick him was heartbreaking. I still do like Christian Bale as Batman in this, even though I don't like him as much as I did in like Batman Begins. And also, I mean, I think like the emotional journey at the end was great. Unfortunately, there was also just huge chunks of this movie that just got really boring. Really, after Bane broke Batman's back, he slowed to a crawl. And Talia al Ghul's death was terrible. But overall, I still like The Dark Knight Rises, and I still think it is a mostly satisfying conclusion to an amazing trilogy. Now, coming in at number 12 is Batman Returns, which I really do appreciate the darker version of Batman. I love how they didn't play it safe. I love Danny DeVito as Penguin, Michael Keaton as Batman, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I mean, Danny Elfman's score was just great. And I thought the story was just great, and I really feel like this was the best Gotham ever felt, maybe prior to The Batman, where I feel like Gotham actually felt like a rich city, and I do appreciate how they portrayed Gotham in this. Now, I think the movie does take a bit of a while to get going, but overall, this was a great movie. Now, coming in at number 11 is Man of Steel, which I have just completely grown on this movie over the years. I used to not really like this movie, but I mean, over the years, I think this movie is pretty amazing. I love seeing a new take on Superman and really seeing like what someone would really be like if they were on their first week being Superman, and how the world would react. And I mean, I think Henry Cavill's great. I love Michael Shannon as Zod, and Russell Crowe as Jor-El was great. And I mean, the action is some of the best Superman action we'll ever see. I mean, overall, while I still don't love how they portrayed Jonathan Kent's death, and for me, I still don't love how they do it. For me, it doesn't turn them, it's not movie breaking. I still think Man of Steel is great, and I love how Zack Snyder was able to do something new with Superman and really just take some more swings with it, and which is why for me the Zack Snyder movies have held the test of time really well. Now, coming in at number 10 is Superman 2025, which I do like a little more than Man of Steel. Even though I think Man of Steel might be a better movie, I think Superman 2025 is just more fun, and I just enjoy it more. But yeah, I mean, David Cronenworth as Superman was great. Rachel Brosnahan was great. I really liked Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I thought the action was great. I thought Crypto was really cute. And overall, I think this was a really nice way to set up the DCU. Now, for me, the beginning for me is still a little questionable how it just takes place in the middle of a battle. But overall, though, I still love Superman 2025. Now, coming in at number 9 is Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I won't really say much, but I will just say up front, I think it was a great continuation of No Way Home, and I love the story beats this movie took, and I think Tom Holland gave the best performance he ever gave as Spider-Man, and overall, I think Spider-Man Brand New Day was a fitting continuation of Spider-Man No Way Home, and while I don't think it's a perfect movie, it was still a great movie. Now, coming in at number 8 is Far From Home. I think Far From Home is a criminally underrated film. I love Mysterio in this. I love seeing Spider-Man and MJ's romance build. And I mean, the cliffhanger they left off with Spider-Man, with Mysterio revealing Spider-Man's identity was just chest pounding, and yeah, it was just a truly amazing way to end a film. I mean, yeah, overall, I love Far From Home. Yeah, the Edith plotline isn't very good, but overall, I still love it. Now, coming in at number 7 is Across the Spider-Verse. My only main problems is that it took a bit of a while to get going, and I don't like how they just cut off at the end. But other than that, I mean, the romance was great. I mean, the animation was just gorgeous. The story was great. The new characters like Miguel O'Hara was just great. And overall, this was just a very gripping experience, and I cannot wait to see how they will continue this and beyond. Which, who knows when Beyond will come back at this point. But yes, overall, I do still like Across the Spider-Verse quite a bit. Now, coming in at number 6 is Batman Begins. A great way to start the Christopher Nolan trilogy. And, I mean, I thought Christian Bale was at his best in this, especially as Batman, but even as Bruce Wayne. And I think he is the best Bruce Wayne. Not quite my favorite Batman, but I do think he is the best Bruce Wayne. I thought Ra's al Ghul was a great villain. I thought Scarecrow was great for the little time he had. And, I mean, just his origin was great. Hans Zimmer's score was great. I mean, my only real problem is Katie Holmes. But other than that, this is an amazing movie. Now, coming in at number 5 is Superman 1978. I mean, this is really the godfather of superhero films. I mean, Christopher Reeve was just so good as Superman. Marlon Brando was great as Jor-El. Gene Hackman was great as Lex Luthor. Margot Kidder was great as Lois Lane. And I love how they really took this movie really seriously, where, I mean, like, yeah, we had, like, Batman 66 before this, but this is the first time where superhero movies actually felt like an epic blockbuster. And, I mean, Richard Donner's directing was just great. John Williams' score was great. And overall, I mean, this is just a very beautiful movie, and it is still absolutely an amazing movie almost 50 years later. Now, coming in at number 4 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which, I mean, talk about a movie that kind of, for me, came out of nowhere a bit. But yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I mean, it was just so good. Miles Morales is just amazing character in this and Across. Gwen Stacy was great in this. I think Kingpin was a really good villain. I think Uncle Aaron, I mean, learning that he was a Prowler was very heartbreaking, but yeah, he was a great character. And overall, this really just felt like a fresh new take on Spider-Man. And yeah, this was just a great movie. Now, coming in at number 3 is The Dark Knight, widely considered to be the greatest superhero movie of all time. And while I don't think it's the greatest, it is still an amazing movie. Obviously, Heath Ledger, I mean, come on. He's just an all-time great movie villain as, I mean, Joker. Aaron Eckhart was great as Two-Face. The story was great. Christopher Nolan's directing was just great. Hans Zimmer's score, I mean, it's just so good. And, I mean, the action is great. I mean, especially the opening bank heist was just amazing. I don't really like the Bale Batman voice. I never did. And I liked it the least in this. But overall, The Dark Knight is still a fantastic movie. And the ending, I mean, Batman taking the fall for Harvey Dent. I mean, Batman taking the fall for killing Harvey Dent. It was just such an emotional way to end the film. And yeah, The Dark Knight is still truly an amazing movie. And it came out the same week I was born. Now, coming in at number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home. I know a lot of people have turned on it. I am not one of those people. I think No Way Home is still amazing. And I still feel the same as I did when I first saw it. I mean, just seeing Tobey and Andrew was just special. And seeing them bring Spider-Man out of the ashes was great. Willem Dafoe, I mean, he was great in the first Spider-Man, but I liked him even more in this. And him killing Aunt May was absolutely heartbreaking. And Spider-Man's ultimate sacrifice, choosing not to be Spider-Man to save the ones he loved. I mean, it was just such a beautiful way to end things in this film. And yeah, this movie was just an absolutely beautiful movie and beautiful experience. But coming in at number 1 for me is The Batman. I mean, The Batman is just, for me, my Batman. And I just loved how they showed the detective side as Batman. And Robert Pattinson was just truly great as Batman. Paul Dano as Riddler was incredible. Colin Farrell as Penguin was great. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was great. Even like John Turturro as Falcone was great. And I loved Andy Serkis as Alfred and Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. And Michael Giacchino's score, come on, it was just so good. The action was great. The story really just being like kind of inspired by like Zodiac and Seven. It was just amazing. I mean, really, because Matt Reeves absolutely cooked with this. And yet Matt Reeves has crafted something special. And even though the Batman Part 2 keeps getting delayed, whenever they release it, I'm going to be there opening night. I'm so excited for Batman Part 2. But yeah, the Batman was just a cinematic masterpiece. And for me, this isn't just one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I think this is just one of the greatest films of all time. The Batman is so good. And for me, it is my favorite superhero movie of the big 3. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your ranking of the big 3 down below in the comments. And this is day 109 on my 200-day posting streak goal. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.